Okay. As promised, I'm going to go live every Saturday from now until probably the end of December. And then once that happens, I will we will adjust and we will change. But what I've been doing is keeping notes of things that have been happening during the week that I want to talk about. And it's kind of spooky, huh? In here. Is that too much? Too little? I don't know. But just moving everything around and getting everything situated. Um, and then I'm going to repost this because I know a lot of people, it's Saturday. Here it's 5:49, so hopefully you all are just with your families and enjoying your Saturday. I, for one, my Saturday, I went out today. Well, first of all, my former partner is back in town, and every time him and his wife and son come back in town, we go out to eat. We just meet, we catch up, and we talk about their travels, and I talk about work because that is something that we shared together. We were partners for 8 years, and he left. Him and his wife, they left their jobs and sold their home and almost all of their possessions and bought an RV, and they are traveling. This is 2 years now. They are traveling the United States, Mexico, Canada, and they've also traveled to Italy and Greece, and I believe somewhere else. They've been to Hawaii a couple times, so good for them. I was happy, and I figured anybody that could do it, it would be them, and they did it. And so we get together, and I get to talk shop and catch him up on what's happening at the department, and they get to tell me all of their wonderful stories. I follow them online as well. They have their own Instagram and TikTok. And I think maybe I might be going on a cruise with them. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. So, weekly update. How is it going? How's Q4 going for all you guys? Here, it's going pretty good. I had a little snafu. We'll talk about that. It's on my list here. But I've been working on this and changing everything that has, I moved my office up here, and so now it's up here in a room, and downstairs is pretty much just your packing, staging area, everything, all the bins and everything are down there. I still need about two or three more shelves, and I am cold. It's getting chilly, chilly tonight. Um, but today I went out. Don't go out on Saturday from here on until the end of 2024. If you do go out, bring your patience with you. Know that you're going to wait in line and just deal with it. Don't be nasty. Don't be grumpy. If you're impatient and you got someplace to go, then don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop at Starbucks. Don't go to Chipotle. Just don't. Don't do it because you're going to wait in line. It's just going to be one of those things. I waited 10 minutes for this because they had ran out of my black tea. It's my favorite. And this is the good ice. I love their ice. Um, and I had to wait 10 minutes. So I pulled my car up to the side and I just played on my phone, man. And you know what? If you're a reseller, you can play on your phone and you can list, you can comment, you can clear out your emails, you can get everything done. So why just, oh my gosh, when I see people in the holidays and they get frustrated and they drive like morons and they're impatient and they're nasty to the people that are waiting on them, it just makes me very angry. Um, so don't do it. If you can't, don't go out. That's how I feel about it. And I won't be going out unless I have to. Um, I am helping a little side hustle. My grandson has started a, it's kind of cool. Him and a few of his friends at school, the lunch debate, and they are reviewing foods. And on Thursdays, they have guests, people to bring in food for them, and it's really interesting. And if you want to follow them, let me know. Um, it's just it's just a nice thing for them to do. And you know what? If Jake Paul can start at 14 throwing himself around, so can they. And yeah, how about that fight? I was pretty disappointed. I knew how old Mike Tyson was, but I had been following him on social media and I really thought he was going to knock him out. And by the second round, I realized that it just wasn't going to happen. And unfortunately, um, Mother Nature, age, whatever, it just wasn't going to happen. And it was almost brutal to watch. And kudos to Jake Paul um, for respecting Mike Tyson in the final round. I don't know. I was really kind of sad by it. Um, Not a Jake Paul fan. I don't know too many people who are, but you know what? If he's a philanthropist and he's giving back and whatever. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Let's see. I have a new spot and it's a very exciting spot. It actually is in the city. I live close to St. Louis. And actually, what happened was I was getting my car fixed, and I don't like starting conversations with people while I'm waiting for my car to be fixed. And I accidentally started a conversation with the woman sitting next to me. Ended up, we're going to get together in January. Everything's happening in January here. We're going to get together in January, but she told me about this resale shop. And then when she went home, she messaged me and told me the name and told me where it was, very upscale. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes, it is upscale. You're not going to find $4 clothes. You're probably rarely going to find $10 items there. But the brand names are like, whoo, out the roof. Piazza Sempione, of course, Lafayette, Wilfred. I mean, these are just little names. There were so many items there that I have no clue. There was a stunning dress. I took my daughter the second time I went, and this dress was just beautiful. And resale, it was $450. So that kind of gives you the market that it's in. It will not be my everyday, obviously, or every week, but they do have sales, and I'll be hitting up their sales for sure, and bringing those items into my market. And in fact, I've already sold one of the items. This stuff isn't going to sell fast. It's not going to sell like you know, Athleta or Barefoot Dreams. It's going to take a special person looking for a special item. And right now it's really good because of the holidays. A lot of it is dress. From what I understand, when there are black tie affairs in the city, and they all get goodie bags, inside the goodie bag is a plea from this resale organization, you know, to donate their items. And the one thing I like about this organization is that um, after they pay their workers, 100% of what is left goes back to the community. And all around the store, amid all the Tiffany boxes and everything else that they have up there, but they have all the places that they support, like lunchrooms and camps for kids. And um, I can't remember everything, but I'm very impressed with the place, very impressed with the people. I was a little bit intimidated at first, but they are so friendly and nice. And from what I understand, I overheard somebody talking that in the end of 2025, they're expanding, which they need to because they have an itty bitty parking lot and it was just way busy. But yes, so I have found a new spot, not a Goodwill spot, so that's even better, I think. Um, so let's talk about this. So I sold a pair of pants to a lady. Yeah, it is a lady. And the pants were marked, they were Mavi jeans, I believe, and they were marked 31, 32s, I believe. And in the title, I wrote C measurements. So I had Mavi jeans, 31, 32, blue denim, pocket, zipper, whatever, C measurements. And then when you went down to the description, I always copy that right down into the description. And I said in the measurements, I had the waist as 30 because that was the actual measurement of, I didn't want her or anyone to think that they were going to get 3132s. They're going to get 3032s. That's what it was. So she buys them, and um, she had them for about a week, I think, and she wanted to return them. But she tried to return them trying to say that I sent her the wrong item. And here's the thing. Um, this is kind of what happened. And, you know, sorry, my throat's dry. Um, I didn't like that because, and then she was told eBay, I would like a, I would like a, I would like the postage paid to send them back. And of course, eBay, you know, they bow to the buyer and did it without question, without even asking or even considering what I, you know, so they did it. And then they contacted me on a Thursday and said, eBay contacted me by email and said, you should have gotten the jeans by now. Please refund the buyer. And I'm like, but I haven't got them. And so I wrote back and I said, I haven't got them yet. And for some reason, I said, I haven't got them yet. And I said, the buyer is trying to return these as wrong item. They are not the wrong item, and I kind of explained the whole situation. And eBay puts everything on hold and holds it till November 11th. I don't understand why they did that. I don't know what happened there, but that's what happened. The pants came 2 days later. So I went back and I thought, let me just refund her money, but I couldn't because everything was on hold. There was nothing that I could do. I waited till November 11th, open up my email, and I get a notice, eBay, item has been returned. You want to move forward? Yes. So I go to return her money, and then I get a note, case is closed. What? She filed a fraud account with her bank. So now it was the stupidest thing for her to do. Absolutely stupid, because now everything is on hold for 6 to 8 weeks while they review all of this. So they gave me an opportunity to explain my side, which I did once again. And, it isn't the whole, I mean, I was going to refund her, because it isn't worth it to fight with somebody over this stuff. It really isn't. What was shipping? $6.97. And I'm not worried about the money on hold. They can hold that money. That's fine. So then what she does is leaves me a negative with about that much feedback. And she basically says that I am deceitful and that I sent her the wrong item. And I'm like, here we go again. And so I couldn't not, I had to reply to that because it looked really bad. I mean, it was like this much writing. I'm like, woman, you have a lot of time on your hands and you are very hateful. So I just responded and I said, we've been here. We have been here. I told you that they are not the wrong item, that you did that just to get your shipping paid to me and for me to pay the shipping back to you. That is wrong, and it's actually an eBay violation. At which point I filed an eBay violation against her for doing that. And then that even made her madder. But we couldn't do anything. So here we are. We are in the holding pattern for 6 to 8 weeks. Um, I don't think it really hurt my eBay sales at all. I know that people say that all the time. And I just don't think, I don't know, I don't think eBay knows what it is doing half the time with, why your sales go up and down. It's just, it is what it is. I do want some more feedback though on my eBay just to kind of push that down further. Because after that, and I know it was two of her friends, I just know it had to have been. Um, I had two sales of two items, um, minutes apart, and they, item sold. I'm like, cool, cool. Item canceled, and I'm like, seriously? So I have no doubt that she probably had a couple friends try to get at me, which it's not a big deal. They requested a cancel it, and then just relist it. But every once in a while, you're going to get that kind of thing. I just recently saw a reseller very frustrated and very upset. And um, she was upset about her. She just felt like this was no different than retail, and people are still mean, they're nasty, and she was tired of it, and she's done, and she's selling everything off. And I thought, I don't have that same experience. I mean, this is one situation, and it's stupid. It really is. But it is what it is, and we are here where we're at. And we're going to wait that 6 to 8 weeks to see what happens. The bank's going to talk to eBay. eBay's going to tell them their information. We do kind of know that eBay does favor with the buyer. And I know that some resellers don't like to hear that, but it is the truth. But I kind of believe that in this case, I have enough evidence that number one, I did not send her the wrong item, and number two, she just did not read the description. But we'll see what happens, and I will update everybody on that. So, what's happening? I'm looking at my notes. Um, I am big news, retiring in January. I'm going full time as a reseller. It's been a long time coming. I've already put in my notice at work, and I have in my locker, because I dress out every day. In my locker, I have Post-its shaped in a tree, and every night I work, I take a Post-it off. I had to use up about 5 days, so 5 days in December I'll be taking off as well. And then at the end of December, I'm going to Chicago for a couple of days to take care of a business there. And then I'm coming home, and January 4th will be my last day. Last day I put them boots on, that uniform on, everything. It's just going to be, it'll be different. And I've talked to my son, who I know you guys have heard me talk about. He has been reselling for 20 some years. He makes very, very good money. And we sat down, we went over what I do, and lucky me, I get to shop more. I don't have a death pile. And he said that in order for me to be where I want to be, I have to shop 2 times as more. The fun part. I get to do the fun part, but then I get to come home and do the part we all kind of like crunch our noses at. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about it. Right now, I don't have somebody. Um, Somebody wanted me to buy out a Lego store, a resale Lego store, and I kind of thought about it, but you know what? I just can't. I don't. Right now, I can't breathe half the time. I work 12-hour days, and on my days off, I'm reselling, or if I'm not reselling, I'm doing something with that. Um, so no, I did not buy out the Lego store. I'm not going to sell Legos at this point. Um, that might be a venture maybe down the road. I don't know. So I am now learning to be me on here. I have followed some amazing resellers, and I will continue to follow them. And you will hear me talk about them all the time. Surfs Up, Chris at Peak, K-Way, Justin Resells. Um, what is it? Tuition Ain't Cheap. um, these are like my main go-tos. I follow Tuition Ain't Cheap because she sells things that I don't sell. And so I want to learn from her on the things that she picks up. Um, and that's what I hope to do here too. I notice that people don't care too much about the thrifting videos that I do or showing you my finds, but you guys like this kind of a thing where I sit and talk to you. Um, and I'm going to talk about my life, and I'm going to talk about reselling. And like I said, every week I'm going to write a list of stuff. And um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So kind of like that's where we are. Um, for Bose Vintage. I just noticed you there. Hello. Um, this is all new to me, obviously, as you can tell, because I don't have like 500 viewers right now. And I don't know if I ever will, but I know that reselling can be lonely. It can be a lonely profession. And I think that this will be my avenue as to communicate and talk and share. And I'm really, really, really hoping that, like it was given to me by the people that I mentioned, I want to give back. And things that I learn along the way, like dealing with a someone filing a fraud case on you, and everybody, I mentioned it in a forum that I follow, and one woman said, "Oh, that happened to me, and they shut down my account, and they did this to me and that to me, and I could only list so many." And then I was like, "What? That sounds extreme." So then I went and talked to the more professional, and no, that's not going to happen. I've been selling a long time. I don't have these situations come up in my reselling. I issue refunds. I actually had one after that. I actually have one coming sometime next week. I don't have a problem with refunds, but I have a problem with somebody um, trying to manipulate the system. And it looks like that person is kind of like shut down her eBay, and I think she's probably just recreated another name or something for herself. But yeah, either way. So tonight I am listing. I'm going to list probably about 20 items, and I've got some stuff to pack up. I had to run to the post office this morning. I had a pair of pants. Again, that same situation where the pants say they're like 32 inches long, but yet somebody has hemmed them. And so they weren't 32, they were like 28. So before I sold them, I contacted the buyer and I said, "Hey, just so you know," and it took him a day to get back to me, which now made my shipment a day late. And she was like, "Nope, I still want them." I'm like, "Cool, cool, cool." So I ran to the post office, and the post office that I go to is about 12 miles away, but it is, I don't know, it deserves a medal. It's the best one. Like tonight, I'll get a notice that those are already like going out. I think there are little ferries back behind there. I don't know. Because I've dropped stuff on Sunday afternoon and Sunday night, it's like, started tracking. And I'm like, how is that even possible? So I think probably they have somebody back there working, maybe at night, or maybe somebody comes in after, a late night of, running mail and they take care of it really fast. I don't know. But um, my personal mail carrier, no. We went through a situation where I actually had to call the Postmaster General, and I got a hold of her, and she lives in, I think it was Columbia, Missouri, and she had to bring a team in to come to the one who handles my mail, and had to go into that area, and they cleaned house. They got rid of people. The manager was gone, everything. But what had happened during that time, before it got to the point that I called her, um, we weren't getting sporadic mail deliveries, sporadic pickups. And it got worse and worse. Like mail would just sit, and then we would go days without mail. And then there were several times that I was trying to get a check sent to me, and they said they sent it, it didn't get it, sent it, didn't get it. They finally had to FedEx it for me to get it. Well, probably about a month ago, it was found out that someone in St. Louis was actually stealing money and checks out of the mail. And so they caught that person and hopefully ended that drama for a lot of people. But here, I would schedule a pickup, and they would bring my mail and they wouldn't do the pickup. And I would try to call and call. It was such a mess. And it is getting better. Every once in a while, I'll put a package out. My regular carrier is really good, and she scans things right away. She takes off on Fridays, and if I put anything out on Friday, it never gets scanned. And I hate that because it's not good for the buyer. It's not good for the seller either, but the buyer wants the confidence of knowing that you have sent that item. And if they don't scan it, it doesn't show that it has moved until the next place where it's scanned, depending on where it's going. So you have that little bit of a wait period where everything is in limbo. The buyer's probably like, "You didn't send it." And you're like, "No, I really did send it. Here's the tracking number," but it doesn't matter because they haven't scanned it in. Hence, I go 12 miles just about every day and I drop off my mail. And I don't mind. I can write off that mileage, so it's not a problem. And I am generally out every day anyway. So I think that is it. I'm going to be finding my own way with social media. I don't know how it's going to go. Um, I don't know if it's just going to be these little chatting sessions. I definitely want to show you some of the good things that I find because that's how I learned. I'm not a big fan of me doing live thrifting because I like to shuffle through. But again, I haven't had time. I don't, when I have like 2 days off a week and the rest are 12-hour days. So I don't get to get out. So in that 2 days, I am thrifting like a bandit. I am just hustling. And if I'm holding my phone and trying to, and I want to communicate that way, I would love to do that. And I have tried several ways to, attach the phone to a strap on my purse, and yeah. And I don't want to go into a GoPro at this point. I'm just not doing that. But after January, I'm not going to have to rush in and rush out of stores. I'm not going. My time spent might be better, and I might be able to do more live thrifting, especially maybe in that, I don't know, in that more luxury place that I'm starting to go to. I don't know. I'm trying to take sneaky pictures of brands so that I can learn them, because there's so many there that I have no clue. I got no clue at all. So that's it. I'm going to find my way. This is my new office area, and I love it. And I kind of like this. I think I'll probably put my phone up a little bit higher next time, or I could even just use my computer, which is right here. But I've got my whole setup, and it's all comfy, cozy for me. And the basement's a mess, but that's the way it goes right now. I'm going to work on that. I have an idea, though. I have an idea for out in the garage. It's going to be 66 tomorrow. I might go help my son lay some block. He is putting up a retaining wall, and we've been working on it. And I'd like to see it get done before winter sets in. So that's it. I'm just jabbering at this point. My sales are doing well. In fact, I'm going to sit down on my list. I have a list here somewhere, and I have to do my stats for the week. I do my stats weekly right now. It's just monthly, it's just too much at one time. So if I do them weekly, I know some people do them as they sell. I haven't got there yet. I like doing them weekly. I like sitting down and writing them down and then inputting them into my spreadsheet. If you're looking for a spreadsheet, Jason Hayes has, to me, one of the best spreadsheets. I've been using it now for 2 years. The one great thing about his spreadsheet is that he's there for you. Because I have messed it up a couple times, not major, but where inputting something wasn't working, and I had to reach out to him both times. Simple fixes, it was great, and I think customer service and having that is sometimes one of the best things when you have um, like a spreadsheet, or you have some kind of a app that you're using. Having that customer service there is probably the most important thing. And so if you're interested in that, I can leave a link. You let me know, or you can check out, I have in my profile a link to my link tree. And in there, I have a link to Jason's YouTube, where you can buy Etsy. Yeah, his Etsy, where you can buy his spreadsheet. And you got some choices too. It's just not like one spreadsheet. There's several that can match where you are at with reselling right now. All right. So I think that is it. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all going to catch us later. Do me a favor. Let me know. Replay. Let me know the replay. Let me know how your sales are going. I want this to be a back and forth conversation. I don't just want to be talking to the air. And I'll start writing more updates, and I will catch you on a live next Saturday. I work, so it'll be earlier for sure. I work nights right now. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, there we go. Bye.